Well, that actually raises a question that you were talking about a few minutes ago, and that is the impact that Trump will have on, say, the U.S. Senate race and congressional races,
a lot of them.
and which are obviously those take place same time as the presidential race. And I wrote a column just last week, and when the Republican Party, when both the National and State Party went foursquare behind Donald Trump, and so I asked a question to the Republicans. Okay, so tell us, how are you going to keep the Muslims out of America? And are you in favor of it? And how are you going to keep how are you going to evict the Mexicans? And are you in favor of evicting them? Okay, building a wall is something I think that that people can stomach. The other two are something that really takes a lot to implement. And so how is is Trump going to impact those, if the questions are asked them, to tell us how you're going to do it? Is Trump going to impact them?
That's the question that I think it's a great question, and I don't have the answer, and I don't think anybody has the answer, because we don't know. We've got the convention coming up, and what will Trump say or do before then? This isn't, the problem with this guy is we have no idea where he's going tomorrow. It's hard to, will he eventually put the ultimate foot in mouth that destroys him? That's what we've all thought would happen for the last 4, 5, 6, 7 months, and yet he's still walking around. Will the personality and the bullying approach wear thin with people? I don't know. I think he represents something that I don't think his supporters think we ought to round up 12 million people or whatever it is and get them out of the country. But even in Democrats, and there is a feeling that our economy is not growing. GNP at 2.5, 2.6 isn't enough to keep to raise income. It's certainly not enough to keep the debt from growing. You got all of those. You have those. You got the laborers, and you got Ford just announced they're building a plant in Mexico. You're probably never going to see another foreign automobile plant built in America. What we have is what we got. And Mexico, in fact, we may be, not us, but 30 years from now, the Mexicans may be trying to keep us out because so many jobs are going there. And it's all manufacturing. So Trump's tapped into, I think you'd say, the hostility towards America's not growing the jobs, America's losing. Its workforce is, Apple is building 100 million, 200 million phones, and they're not being built here. They have their money in Ireland. It goes on and on about how we're not producing anything anymore. And is that enough to carry? And my point is that enough to carry Donald Trump? I really don't know. I mean, since I play golf, I've been paying attention to him. If you're a golfer, his golf tournament, and plus he's had his. I never watched one of his TV shows. I have no idea what that's about.
No, nor have I. Yeah,
I never watched that. He was not a character that I was ever attracted to or wanted to know something about. When he came on, I was not surprised because I always, he's a big ego type guy, and I said, well, I thought he was going to do this because politics is a big ego business, and this fits currently right in with his style of how he operates with people. He's got the money. He can blow people away because of his money. In a primary, the more outlandish his comments were, the more coverage he got. But I don't know where that's going. You and I are watching something that we just don't know each day. Each day, Stephen, I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah. Nor do I. Other than he's not Hillary Clinton, and I think that is that's it.
Yeah, look, I don't know which one of them is going to have the most trouble. I think Hillary has an advantage, but she's doing so poorly with white men, that he's offsetting her. So here's what I get. I think the most interesting thing about this is I get this more than anything. With 300 plus million people, is this the best we got? And that's what you hear more of.
Yeah.
From me being in politics, and people know, okay, can you believe the candidates we got to vote for? And
Yeah.
that's the prevalent comment. That's the comment I get the most. It's not, you have the Trump types, but even the Trump types are surprised that they ended up with these two. So
It's absolutely amazing.